feeling so great. So I sat down in front of the computer. I might as well just do it in front of my phone, mobile phone. Now that I can actually stream live from my mobile phone. If you've seen my my videos and my channel, you know, if you don't know, I made a resolution that earlier, basically a New Year's resolution, basically that I would essentially always do a live stream at least once a week, and so far I've been living up to that, um, I guess, resolution. In any case, um, never said I was aware of live stream from like what device. Usually it's from my laptop, and in this case, just going to live stream from my phone. Um, what to say exactly? I mean, it turns out the Giants are definitely pretty much giving up for the season based on what Schoen's doing. You know, as how he essentially traded Williams for two draft picks, basically a fifth and a second round draft pick, which is pretty impressive, actually. Looks like Seattle was desperate for shoring up their defense. Who knows if Leonard Williams actually helps out in the long term for them, but it is in his final year of his contract. I mean, it happened similar to what the Giants did, where they traded for him, and his final year of his contract, he got 11 and a half sacks. Who knows, he might get another 11 and a half sacks or something like that. Um, it only shows that, yeah, the Giants season is pretty much lost. The fact that the way they lost to the Jets yesterday, I didn't see it all, unfortunately. I was only up to seeing them for the fourth quarter, then I had to go to the airport. But by the time I got to the airport, I saw that they had lost, went into overtime. I think everything seems to be stacking up against Dable, basically. I mean, everything that he tries to do, every decision that he's made, I think was the right decision based on what he has. It's just that his players aren't living up to it. I don't know why. I mean, Gano, the fact that he just missed that field goal. If he gets that field goal, the Giants win the game. The fact that he missed it, it is what happened. And then unfortunately, the Giants played a little conservative on the defensive end, giving the Jets the shot to get down the field to get that field goal to go into overtime. And also, I mean, also played against the Giants a little bit. The fact that Tyrod Taylor gets injured, and of course, you get the veto basically, or Vito, whatever his name is. I honestly don't know the third string quarterback's name. I just didn't even bother. I figured when he was coming in, the Giants were going to lose the game. The fact that they were still in the game was surprising in and of itself, which only goes to show as far as how good Saquon Barkley is. So with the NFL draft deadline coming up tomorrow or October 31st, and about by I believe 5 p.m. or 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, October 31st. Um, the Giants might want to trade Barkley actually, and they probably could get some serious amount of draft picks, similar to the way the Panthers traded McCaffrey and got some serious draft picks. Maybe they trade Barkley. Who do they trade him to? It's unknown. I mean, honestly, there are only probably a handful of teams that would want him at this point. Maybe Seattle. I mean, Seattle. Um, Other possibilities are Philadelphia, but they already have a good running game. Another strong possibility is maybe the Jets. I mean, they don't really have a good strong running game, and like Zach Wilson is not that great of a quarterback, but enough to help him out. So maybe if Saquon Barkley joins them, he maybe helps the Jets get into the playoffs. And I think the Jets. With the real question is, are the Jets willing to like give up some draft picks? But the problem is, I don't think they have enough draft capital, considering that they leveraged a lot of their future for Aaron Rodgers. So I don't know how that works out. Um, Another team the Giants could trade Saquon Barkley to and get some serious draft capital back is maybe, I don't want to say the 49ers, the Cowboys, but you don't really want to trade off to your same division basically. Jacksonville would make a little sense, but I doubt that works out. Maybe Kansas City. I mean, he probably complements Mahomes really well. Actually, he does really complement Mahomes really well. The only problem is I don't think Kansas City's got some draft capital, unfortunately. Um, Las Vegas would make sense, but the problem is they've lost some capital too. They've got Brendan Jacobs too, so I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens. But hopefully, I mean, I don't want to see Barkley go, but the problem is like I think the way he was treated, he's not going to come back, and I think that it's best for the Giants to basically trade him for draft picks. If they could get if they could get two first rounders and a couple of second rounders with them, that's great. Will that happen? I highly doubt it. Will be interesting to see how that works out if they could trade him off. Because like the Giants already the season's pretty much lost. They're 2-6. They're not coming back. I mean, there's plenty of season to go, but there's no way they're making the playoffs the way other teams are playing right now. Like you've got pretty much the Eagles, Cowboys, well, Vikings might actually that playoff picture might have changed now because of Kirk Cousins getting injured for the entire season. So I think he's gone. Hmm, that's a good question. What does happen? I mean, the only way this happens is realistically speaking, if the Giants win 8 in a row, they have to win 8 in a row just to have a shot at the playoffs, which is very unlikely. So, like I said, the other question is what do you do with the quarterback situation with Daniel Jones? I mean, I think people are starting to realize Daniel Jones maybe not that great. Um, Dable was able to get the best out of him originally when it first came in, but it's looking more and more like Daniel Jones was just a 1 year fluke basically, and that was it. I hate to say it, sadly. Outside of that, yeah, I think the Giants. The New York Giants season's up. I, I'll be honest up front. I have not watched the World Series. Haven't watched the game. I don't think it's exciting enough, honestly, with the teams that are there: Texas Rangers versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. I mean, if it was Texas versus, let's say, the Dodgers or Texas versus Atlanta, maybe, but I don't think the Diamondbacks are that flashy of a team, to be quite honest. Um, I don't know if it's a case of like small market teams or anything like that, but as I said, it sounds like they're both small market teams. Uh, I don't know. Maybe I'll watch Game 4 and see what happens. I mean, the fact that I think the Rangers are up 2-1, or is it the Diamondbacks? I can't remember who won today's game. Okay, Google, who won the World Series game today? So basically, yeah, the fact is like the the Rangers are up 2-1. It might be their year. They might win this one, unless the Diamondbacks somehow come back from this, which would be impressive. And outside of that, I guess that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't think there's anything else to discuss. Plus, I think I'm going on close to 10 minutes. Normally, I go to 10, 20 minutes, but it's kind of late. I'm kind of tired. Just been busy, jet lagged a little bit in ways. But outside of that, I'll just leave it at that. When my video goes permanent, you're welcome to leave a comment at the comment section. I do read my comments and I do respond to them when they warrant a response. And yeah, with that, I'll leave it at that. If you like my videos, like my content, like my channel, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you have subscribed, I do thank you for that. But with that, I'll leave it at that. At the 10-minute mark, actually, surprisingly enough. Unfiltered, unedited. And of course, if you've seen my videos, it's always unrehearsed, never scripted. So that's one of the things. I go off the cuff, and especially with the live, it's whatever I do, basically. So um, I'll just leave it at that. Oh, I just realized there's some filters. Okay, interesting. I mean, I might do some filters one of these days because, like with the restream and OBS video, there is no. Well, you could create your own filters if you wanted to. Ooh, okay, but anyways, unfiltered, unedited, and of course, always unrehearsed. Until next time.